Hello and welcome, everybody. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. And today marks the beginning of the end of the group stage in Euro 2020. It's the first day of match day 3, which means across all groups over the next couple of days, we'll see simultaneous fixtures. And that's what we got today with a 6 p.m. local time kickoff. I'll be covering Italy versus Wales. Simultaneously happening in Baku, Azerbaijan, is Switzerland and Turkey. I'll be providing updates of what's going on in that Switzerland-Turkey game, really up to date. Meanwhile, here in the Italy-Wales game, it's the top two teams in Group A. A Romanian official for this one. A beautiful evening in Rome, Italy on this Sunday, as the coin toss at midfield takes place between the two captains, Leo Bonucci and Gareth Bale. Let's get right into the starting lineups. First for Italy, who are led by Roberto Mancini, it is Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. 4 at the back, Rafael Toloi, Leonardo Bonucci, Alessandro Bastoni, and Emerson. 3 in the midfield, Matteo Pessina, Jorginho, and Marco Verratti. And then 3 up top, Federico Chiesa, Andrea Bellotti, and Federico Bernardeschi. It's a bit of an unfamiliar Italian lineup. They have already punched their ticket into the round of 16. 8 changes to the lineup made by Roberto Mancini. Meanwhile, for Wales, who have had an impressive start to these Euros, they are led by head coach Robert Page. It's Danny Ward in goal, 3 at the back, Ethan Ampadu on the left, Joe Rodon anchoring the back line, and Chris Gunter on the right. 4 in the midfield, Nico Williams, Joe Morel, Joe Allen, and Connor Roberts. And then 3 up top, Daniel James, Aaron Ramsey, and captain Gareth Bale. It's an Italian side that has arguably been the most impressive team so far in this tournament through 2 matches. A perfect 6 points, and they'll look to make it a perfect 9 points through the group stage, as they have, as I mentioned, punched their ticket already into the round of 16. A draw or a win in this game will mean that Italy will finish first place in Group A. Thank you, Ben, for tuning in. Your heart says Wales, your head says Italy. Yeah, I tend to agree there. We'll see how it plays out. Wales, meanwhile, they really have done all the hard work already. It's not like they're in desperate need of 3 points against a superior Italian side. Wales drew against Switzerland and then a big win over Turkey in Azerbaijan a few days ago. And Wales flying over from Baku to Rome. And the Italians with their 3rd group stage game on home soil at Stadio Olimpico. And now an early chance for Italy. And the flag is now raised, offsides called, as it's a Wales team who, with just a point, a draw would be enough that to get them through to the next round. A win would mean that Wales finish atop Group A, which would be a real surprise to many, but you can't rule it out. And if Wales were to lose, they'd still be in pretty good position to go through. Could even still finish second with a loss, depending on how the Switzerland-Turkey game plays out. And even if Wales did somehow end up finishing 3rd, there's still a good chance that with 4 points, a very good chance that they'd still go through. But Wales would like to guarantee their progression through to the knockout stages this evening, and at least a point would do just that. What's going on, Bobby? Welcome in, man. You think Italy's going to win the whole thing? All right, man. I know you're Italian, so and hey, I will say, so far they've been the most impressive team in the tournament, in my opinion. So we'll see what type of performance they can put forth this evening. A lot of rotation within Mancini's squad, since Italy have already progressed to the round of 16. As I mentioned, 8 changes to the lineup, as Bonucci, Donnarumma, and Jorginho are the only 3 that started against Switzerland starting tonight. Wales back in possession. Yeah, I agree, Ben. Wales will have to max out if they want to win this game. Yeah, if they're going to be relaxed, there's no way they're going to win, as An early foul called. Down went Daniel James, the Manchester United youngster. It's a real lethal front three for Wales, and we've seen that on display in the first couple of matches. James, Ramsey, and Bale up top for the Welsh. And Gareth Bale is fouled. Italy, Wales have faced off many times in rugby in the Six Nations, but not so much on the soccer side of things. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Wales have dominated Italy in rugby, historically speaking. Roles a bit reversed here in soccer, as this is a long ball sent forward and not the best of crosses at the back post by Williams. Yeah, Italy are definitely resting guys, no doubt about it. I mean, they've already advanced, but they would like to finish first. But they have a lot of talent off the bench. Even with this lineup, I would still expect them to at least get a point against Wales. I'd be surprised if Italy lost this one, as Toloi will win an Italian throw-in. Toloi, who plays for Atalanta, the starting right back this evening. Group A taking center stage to kick off match day 3 at the Euros. And then groups B and C will be the focus tomorrow, as that ball is sent out of play for a Welsh throw-in. And it will be Williams over to take the throw. Yeah, Italy have a lot of depth, no doubt about it. I mean, even the lineup put forth today, it's still a very solid side. Obviously, nothing close to their quote-unquote A team, but it's still a real good Italian side. What's going on, Karam? Welcome into the broadcast. You're so nervous for the draft lottery. I'm sure you are, as a Thunder fan, Karam. Just under 5 minutes played. That will be an Italy throw-in. Down for Wales went Connor Roberts. Looked like he wanted a foul, but nothing called. A reminder that Switzerland-Turkey is taking place simultaneously in Baku, Azerbaijan, as we speak. So I will be providing updates on that match. Both Switzerland and Turkey in very desperate situations. Turkey even more so, but both of them pretty much needing 3 points to have a chance. Switzerland will have a better opportunity to go through than Turkey with a win, a much better opportunity. But that's only if Switzerland gets a win. So we'll keep an eye on that, as this is handled by Danny Ward, the Welsh keeper, who's actually the backup for Kasper Schmeichel at Leicester. Chris Gunter back to Ward under a bit of pressure. Top 5 pick, you'll be fine. Yeah. And now Italy win it back. The Italians in their traditional blue and white colors, Wales in all red. And Jorginho taken down. Free kick to Italy. Following through late was Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey, who plays his club football for Juventus. Here's Rafael Toloi. That was kept in play along the sideline by Bernardeschi. Now a ball floated over the top and off the bounce. That's claimed by Danny Ward. It was Andrea Bellotti. Bellotti, the striker for Italy. On either side of him are 2 Federicos. Chiesa to his right, Bernardeschi to his left. And if you're an Italian supporter, you have to be optimistic about what you've seen from your team so far. Through 2 matches, Italy have really impressed, winning against Turkey and Switzerland with ease. And Toloi will earn an Italian throw-in, last touched by Nico Williams. Williams, another young and up-and-coming player in the Premier League. Williams of Liverpool. Wales, of course, were the Cinderella story of Euro 2016. Iceland would probably argue with that, but I guess both of them were quite incredible Cinderella stories as Wales made it all the way to the semifinals before being ousted by Portugal, who, of course, would become the eventual champions. Down the right wing, here is Bernardeschi, too strong for the run of Bellotti. And we already have a goal in the other game. Switzerland, Turkey, 8 minutes in, just like this one. And Seferovic of Benfica has scored the opener for Switzerland. It's 1-0 in favor of the Swiss. And so now with that scoreline, if this result holds, it will still be Wales advancing, since this is a 0-0 scoreline so far. But if the Italians were to take the lead and Switzerland were to extend their lead on Turkey, we could get into an interesting situation with goal differential coming into the equation. So obviously it's early on in both matches, but Switzerland have taken the early lead with a goal from Seferovic 6 minutes in. And it looks like we have a foul here. Free kick to Wales. That's given away. Won by Rafael Toloi. And it's hard to believe that it's already day 10 of the Euros. Of course, right here in Rome was where the opener took place between Italy and Turkey. Here's Leonardo Bonucci. Long ball forward, but too far ahead for the runner in Matteo Pessina. Or was that Emerson? That might have been Emerson, excuse me. Goal kick to Wales. 10 minutes played, no score in this one. In the other Group A matchup, it's Switzerland leading Turkey. As we take a look at the live standings, Italy atop the group on 6 points, Wales and Switzerland each on 4 points, and then Turkey at the bottom with none. Wales do have the superior goal difference on Switzerland. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head, but Wales, of course, tied Switzerland. So goal difference, if the respective results in both games were to hold, would become the deciding factor. And so Switzerland need to win by a larger margin for them to leapfrog Wales in the table. The most likely scenario for Switzerland leapfrogging Wales would, I don't want to get into all the math, but I think they need to win at least 3-0, if I'm not mistaken, as Italy are on the attack. Dangerous ball in, and lunging out, but unable to get on the end of that service was Andrea Bellotti. He might have been a hair offside, but the flag remained down, and Bellotti came leaping in, unable to redirect it on frame. And in the end, a goal kick for Wales, but a promising start for Italy in this one. Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that, Ben. I mean, as good as Italy have looked, and they've looked great, the competition is going to get much stiffer as the tournament continues and the knockout stages come around. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm a little bit stuffy, but that's all. Yeah. Italy now in possession. 12 minutes played. In the midfield, it's Jorginho. And now a foul called. Taken down was Bellotti. Free kick to Italy, who've pretty much had just about all of the possession so far. Here is Rafael Toloi. Pacina. And now a burst of speed down the right sideline. Chiesa delivers the cross. Put into a dangerous area, but headed out of danger. It was Joe Rodon to the rescue for Wales, as Italy continued to pose a threat in the attacking third. What's going on, Guillermo? Thanks for tuning in. You're heading out on your hike. That's awesome, man. Well, you enjoy your hike. I'm your hiking buddy. I like hiking once in a while. I do, especially on nice days, as this is whiffed on by Federico Chiesa. It will be a Welsh throw-in. Well, you enjoy your hike, Guillermo. It's definitely a nice day where I live here in the northeast of the U.S. It will be Gunter to take the throw-in. Yeah, absolutely, Ben. This Italy team is, they're building back towards what they used to be, which was, a powerhouse, a dominant side that was usually in contention to win every major tournament. There's a left-footed strike from distance. Emerson going for goal, but a comfortable save in the end for Danny Ward. Yeah, Federico Chiesa can just be so lethal in those 1v1 situations. He can really go up a gear in a split second. So explosive Federico Chiesa can be. So this is now back with Leo Bonucci. And now into some trouble is Verratti. It comes back to Donnarumma, who sends it wide. A little bit of a scare momentarily for Italy, but nothing too concerning. As Matteo Pacina goes back to Bonucci. Bonucci, the captain of this Italian side, still playing and still captaining the Italian national team. As that's one back by the Welsh. Joe Allen with the steal. And now Danny Ward sends this one deep downfield. And back to retrieve is Leo Bonucci. A quarter of an hour played in this Group A fixture. Italy 0, Wales 0. The last day of Group A action. And in just under 2 hours' time, we will know two teams for sure that are going through. Who will join Italy? That's the question. Wales or Italy? Wales or Switzerland? And we will also know the first team to be officially eliminated, and it's looking more and more likely that Turkey will be that team. Here's Bernardeschi. Floats one in towards Bellotti. Now comes back out, and a quick shot sent in by Toloi, saved by Ward, who's been tested quite often so far in this match. Despite a predominantly Italian crowd in Rome, of course, there are some Welsh supporters who made the trip. Wales, first two group games all the way in Baku, Azerbaijan. Talk about going from one end of the continent to the other. In fact, many would consider Azerbaijan part of Asia. And now Wales, after their first two games in Baku, heading to the middle of the continent, where they face Italy. No new news, Ben, regarding the new head coach of the Celtics. I'm still waiting for any big news to drop. It looks like they're interviewing. Yeah, you still would like Phillips. Yeah, I heard they were interviewing him a second time and like two or three other coaches. So, and I heard also the delay in the process is in part due to some assistant coaches that they perhaps have interest in still coaching in the NBA playoffs right now. So we might not know until the end of the NBA finals, which could be, the later part of July. So we might have to still wait another month before we got a good idea of who they're hiring. But that's the only news I have is Williams goes back to Gunter. Now it's Williams. Daniel James back for Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu, who plays for Chelsea currently. And that's a poor pass sent out of play by Williams. Not much involvement for the front three of Wales, James, Ramsey, and Bale. That's because the Welsh haven't had much of the possession. How about Mancini with the fine touch on the sideline as that ball went out of play? Roberto Mancini still got it from his playing days, doesn't he? 19 minutes played. Italy very comfortable in possession early. No score yet in Rome. Bonucci to Toloy. And that's out for a Wales throw it. You have to think that both teams would be pretty content with this result because it would mean that Italy would finish top, Wales would go through. Unless, of course, as that's a foul called. But as I was saying, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this match plays out because this is not a bad result for either team. Not too high, Ben. No, not awfully high. I mean, it's not like they're sitting very deep, but no, they're. I think their primary concern is just not conceding because they know if they lose, then Wales finish atop the group, and they don't want that. So they're playing a high press at times, but for the most part, their defensive line has been sitting back as that's headed out by Pacina. Not the best of first touches by Danny Ward, but he recovers, sends it out wide. Now settled by Gareth Bale. And he'll win a free kick. Yeah, Wales wanted a foul moments ago as well. Looked like Joe Morel was taken out. About midway through the opening half of play, we're scoreless between Italy and Wales. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And Gareth Bale now down. Might have taken a knee to the lower back. I think that might be the case as he got run over by Alessandro Bastoni. The arm came across as well. Gareth Bale eventually able to reclaim his footing. Appears to be nothing serious. Obviously, Wales' chances to pull off another surprising run at these Euros hinges greatly on their captain, Gareth Bale, and his health. Here's Morel. Now Daniel James. Aaron Ramsey going out wide. Wales into the attacking third. Italy with numbers behind the ball. It's now Bale. Nice pass ahead. Cut towards the penalty spot. It wasn't a bad idea by Joe Allen, but couldn't quite connect. And now Italy will work it the other way. And that's won back cleanly by Ethan Ampadu. This is Nico Williams. Out wide for Aaron Ramsey. Kept in play by Williams. It's a great pass for Ampadu. Now into the box. It is Joe Allen. But he has it stripped away. And Allen ultimately committing a foul on Jorginho. Seen a couple of good runs on either side of the pitch from Wales in the attacking third. Haven't been able to test Gianluigi Donnarumma quite yet, however. Here's Matteo Pessina. Ahead for Bernardeschi. And that ball is given away. However, won back quickly by the Italians. In the middle, Chiesa. Now a through ball. Bernardeschi setting up an opportunity which is shanked wide. Bellotti seeking a finish at the far post. And that's Italy's best look yet. The high pressure from Italy forcing Wales into a turnover. And then the shot going just wide from Bellotti. But the Italian fans applauding their efforts. Here is Nico Williams. Great ball up the line for Daniel James. James crosses. And that ball struck the arm unintentionally of Aaron Ramsey, but handball nonetheless, and a free kick going out. A little laugh for Aaron Ramsey afterwards. UEFA Euro 2020 continues. It's the best part of the group stage with simultaneous fixtures. Group C will be getting tomorrow's action underway at noon Eastern time. Ukraine, I should say, takes on Austria. And at the same time, North Macedonia faces off with the Netherlands. Here's Gareth Bale. Now turning into space is Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey's pass is blocked. Goes right back to Ramsey. Now Gareth Bale. What's going on, Rohan? I know, yesterday was a tough day. Yesterday was rough. Appreciate you tuning in. But hopefully, Portugal can bounce back against France. That's a huge, huge game on Wednesday. Just over 25 minutes played. It's a scoreless game between the top two teams in Group A heading into the day. And Bonucci sends it out of play. It will be a corner kick for Wales, their first of the game. We'll see if the visitors can capitalize from a set piece like this. Heading over to take the corner is Daniel James. It will be an in-swinging delivery. Finally, the service comes in. The header is just over the bar. Wales with their best chance yet. And Chris Gunter was so close to putting Wales in the lead. In fact, did this nick off the crossbar? No, just over. Just over the bar. And Wales with their best chance yet to shock the crowd at Stadio Olimpico. But it stays 0-0. Italy are the best team in these Euros, period. I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but so far they have been the most impressive team. But obviously, there's still a long ways to go in this tournament. Here's Marco Verratti. Verratti going for goal. In the end, it's well wide. Goal kick to Wales as Verratti just cut that inside to his right foot. And the curling effort, well off target. So still no goals. Danny Ward will take the Welsh goal kick in no particular hurry. And we have another goal in the other game. Switzerland have struck again. It's Jordan Shaqiri with a 26th minute goal to double Switzerland's lead. It's now 2-0, Switzerland on top of Turkey in the 28th minute. So all of a sudden, Switzerland are running up the goal difference. So look at the live table. Italy on top with 7 points, Wales 5 points, Switzerland 4, and then Turkey 0. So obviously, Wales would have to lose for Switzerland to even have a shot at overtaking Wales for the second spot in the table. But you never know. Here's Chiesa. Chiesa to the end line. Dangerous service, but now cleared away by Wales. Italy continue the pressure. Here's Marco Verratti. Now a cross delivered. Back post. Oh, the shot's just wide. Ampadu might have got a touch. It was Federico Chiesa with another Italian chance. He was clearly onside, and let's see the replay here. Yeah, it was Ethan Ampadu who got a touch. I'm not sure if that shot would have gone on target in the end, but Ampadu got in the way of that effort, and it will be an Italian corner kick as we approach the half-hour mark inside Stadio Olimpico. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. It's an out-swinging service headed away by Nico Williams. Hope you're doing good, Jordan, and thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend as this deflected cross is caught by Danny Ward, and it remains scoreless in Rome. But as I said earlier, this is a scoreline that both teams would probably be content with. But of course, both teams would like a win as well, as Italy once again on the attack after a turnover, but going down too easily for the referee was Emerson. Goal kick to Wales. Half an hour played, 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Yeah, Emerson could have been booked there. He went down without any contact, it appeared. Once again, Italy back in possession. That continued press has been forcing Wales into some turnovers. Well, more than some. Quite a few now. Here is Leonardo Bonucci. Over to Bastoni. 8 changes for Italy. But that just goes to show you the talent in the squad. Because really, Italy should be in the lead by now. The way they have created opportunities. Taken down was, I believe, Bernardeschi. Yes, it was. No foul called. And that was nearly stolen by Federico Chiesa. Wales a bit panicky at the back because they'll have to clear it out of play. It will be an Italian throw-in. Over to take the throw is Toloi. Italy all over Wales for the most part in this opening half of play, yet the score remains 0-0. If Italy were to get a goal, all of a sudden that would make things quite interesting when it comes to the battle between Wales and Switzerland for that second spot. Of course, Wales started the day 3 points clear of Switzerland, as that's too heavy of a touch from Chiesa. Goal kick for the Welsh. No particular hurry on the goal kick for Danny Ward. If this result held, it would be Italy top of the group, Wales second, and then Switzerland would have to await their fate as a third-place finisher. But as long as Switzerland keep that lead, 4 points should be enough to get them through. Just basing that off of the last Euros, where there were some teams with 3 points, including Portugal, who went through. So 4 points should be enough, undoubtedly, but you never know. And of course, the thing about Group A is they're the first group to conclude action in the group stage. So the third place finisher, whoever that turns out to be, will have to wait a little while, I should say, before they know for sure whether or not they're continuing on or going home. As Marco Verratti is fouled, committed by Daniel James, and the referee will have a word with James, the youngster. Italy don't seem too happy about that challenge. Let's look back. Oh, yeah. That could easily be a card on Daniel James. The recipient of that challenge was Marco Verratti. 35th minute. The score 0-0. Both teams would be content if the score stayed that way, quite frankly. Total attempts 6-2 Italy. Attempts on target 1 apiece. 10 minutes to play in the opening half. Down the right wing, it's Federico Chiesa. Chiesa on his left. And that goes off of Daniel James. Italy keep possession. Yeah, that's very true, Ben. That's very true. Now Matteo Pessina. Back for Rafael Toloi. This is Verratti. Italy, by the way, listen to this. Right now marks 1,000 minutes without allowing a goal for Italy. They have not conceded for 1,000 minutes. That is just remarkable. This ball is floated in over the top, and the sliding outstretched leg of Andrea Bellotti couldn't quite get to the ball. Danny Ward there for the save. But Italy have certainly been dangerous at times here in the first half. As Gunter goes back to Ward. And this pass, once again, intercepted by the Italians. Marco Verratti in the middle. Now a shot from a long ways out. Bernardeschi's effort was blocked. It will be an Italy throw-in. This is Jorginho. Now on the right wing, it's Federico Chiesa. Chiesa of Juventus. Verratti going down. Foul called against Joe Allen. And will this be the first booking? No. Just a foul. Free kick to the Italians in a dangerous position. Easy decision that for the referee. And we'll see what Italy can do from the set piece. Time running out here in the opening half of play. 38th minute. We're scoreless between Italy and Wales. Two on the wall for Wales. And Italy with a chance to strike first. Marco Verratti standing over the ball. So too is Federico Bernardeschi. And so the whistle blows. Wales hold a high line. Verratti with a driven ball in, and Italy break through. It's a redirected shot put away by Matteo Pessina. Italy 1, Wales 0. It's a set-piece goal, and the Italians at last break the deadlock. 39th minute, Matteo Pessina puts the Italians in front. It was only a matter of time before that first goal came for Italy. And in the 39th minute, it's 1-0. Well, bit of a silly foul committed by Joe Allen of Wales to set up this Italian free kick. And then just a low-driven ball by Verratti. And making the run was Pessina. The redirected shot to the back post, perfectly placed, too far away for Danny Ward to get a piece of it. And Italy take the lead. Well, the fans inside Stadio Olimpico rejoicing as Italy have grabbed the lead. Have I seen much of the Italian goalkeeper? Yeah, I've seen a bit of him. I watch a little bit of Serie A, so I've seen Donnarumma with AC Milan over the past few years, yes. He definitely has the potential to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And now that he's the starter with Italy, I think it's a real opportunity for him to show that he can be one of the top goalkeepers in the world. There's been rumors of him going to PSG. I don't think anything's official yet. As this is delivered by Chiesa, back post run is made, but the cross is cut out, and now Wales looking to break. 40 minutes played, 5 to go in the first half. Matteo Pessina's 39th minute goal has Italy in front 1-0. If the results hold, Italy will win the group, and despite Wales trailing, they would still go through. Now, if Italy were to score 2 more goals without conceding, and Switzerland held their 2-0 lead against Turkey, then Switzerland would go through as the second place finisher, and Wales would have to await their fate as a third place finisher. At the same time, if Switzerland were to score 2 more and this result stayed 1-0, then it would be the same scenario where Switzerland would overtake Wales in the table. So things could get interesting over the next hour or so in Group A with the matchups taking place simultaneously. This is Verratti. Verratti patiently waiting. Good cross in, all the way through and wide. Pessina once again nearly on the end of that cross from Marco Verratti. Actually, he might have got a touch with the outstretched left boot. Just wide of the post. And all of a sudden, Wales are up against it. It did go off of Wales last, so it's a corner kick for Italy. Time running out in the first half. Bernardeschi with the in-swinger. Save made by Ward. It looked like Bonucci, the captain, got ahead to it. .42 minutes played. Italy leading a 0-0. This is Gareth Bale. Bale in the middle. Back for Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu to Aaron Ramsey. Can Wales respond with an equalizer late in the half? They haven't created much in this opening 45 minutes. That pass given away, and the Italians are on the counter. Foul called against Ramsey. Free kick to Italy. We'll see how much stoppage time there is in the first half of play. This free kick is all the way ahead, and it looked like it went off the head of Andrea Bellotti, who wasn't quite expecting the ball to come that soon. Look at the live standings in Group A. Italy atop by a large margin now with 9 points. Wales and Switzerland each with 4 points. Turkey with none. Wales right now have a +1 goal difference. Switzerland a -1. So Switzerland have to make up that goal difference to overtake Wales in the table. As that's a poor first touch from Gareth Bale. Goal kick to Italy. Matteo Pessina has had 2 attempts so far this evening, and his first one on target found the back of the net. The Italian fans absolutely thrilled. Italy continued to impress, even with a lot of new faces in the lineup this evening. Bonucci to Toloi. That ball was out of play. Federico Chiesa unable to save it. And all of a sudden, the Wales supporters not as comfortable as they were earlier this half. They would still go through if the results held both here in Rome and over in Baku. But nothing's quite guaranteed now, unless Wales could grab an equalizer. 45 minutes played. We enter first half stoppage time at Stadio Olimpico. And there will be none. No stoppage time, in fact. That is the half. 1-0 Italy lead thanks to a goal from a set piece late on in the first half by Matteo Pessina. The Italians continue to razzle and dazzle. If this result held, they'd finish first in the group with a perfect 9 points of a possible 9 through the group stage. Still a whole nother half to go, but it's Italy 1, Wales 0 after 45 minutes from Rome. Coverage of UEFA Euro 2020 continues after a quick break. The halftime report is next. Don't go anywhere, as Italy have found the breakthrough goal late on in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime report is on the other side. All right, I'll see you for the second half. Sounds great, Ben. Stay tuned for the halftime report. I'll be right back. Welcome into the halftime report, everybody. The Italians continue to impress. 1-0. They have the lead over Wales after 45 minutes of play from Stadio Olimpico in Rome, the home of all three group stage matches for Italy. As we take a look at the live standings in Group A, things have changed a bit since kickoff of both matches. Italy, we already knew before the day, we're advancing to the round of 16, but now they're on 9 points and would finish top of the group if these results held. It's Wales and Switzerland each on 4 points, Turkey with none. Wales do have superior goal difference by 2 goals over Switzerland. So even though Wales are down 1-0, they would still go through as a second place finisher if these results held up. Going over the highlights first of the Italy-Wales game, which I'm covering. Italy would have a good chance 11 minutes in. And then another one in the 24th minute as a shot from Andrea Bellotti going just wide of the far post. Italy would continue to create chances in the 29th minute. A clearance essentially off the line from Ethan Ampadu. However, the breakthrough would finally come 39 minutes in. A free kick goal. Verratti setting up Matteo Pessina. His redirected shot perfectly placed into the far corner. It's Italy 1, Wales 0 at the break. And for all of those Italian fans that couldn't get inside Stadio Olimpico, they're certainly making noise outside of the stadium with a watch party taking place in the streets. And even though it's 8 new players out there for Italy and really a whole new look for this Italian side compared to their first 2 group matches, they continue to impress. A really solid 45 minutes. In fact, they probably could and should be up by more than a goal at the interval, but they do have the lead, and that's all they will care about. And we knew coming into the day, even a draw would be enough to get them through. But Italy looking to finish off the group stage perfect with 3 wins out of 3 games. And so far, so good through 45 minutes. Meanwhile, way out in the eastern part of Europe, in Baku, Azerbaijan, it's Switzerland and Turkey facing off simultaneously. Both teams in desperate need of a win, and it's Switzerland who've come to play just 6 minutes in. Haris Seferovic with the left-footed finish, and Switzerland really started the match off with a bang, and they wouldn't stop from there as they took the 1-0 lead early. And then in the 26th minute, Jordan Shaqiri with one of the best goals so far this tournament, arguably picking out the top right corner from outside the box. Beautiful finish, and it's Switzerland in cruise control against Turkey with a 2-0 lead at the break. Turkey continued to significantly underwhelm. Switzerland, meanwhile, are putting themselves in pretty good position to at least go through as a third-place finisher. And depending on how things play out in the second half, there is a chance Switzerland could overtake Wales. We shall see. I'll get you set for the second half of both matches after this quick break. Stay tuned. It's Italy 1, Wales 0. It's Switzerland 2, Turkey 0 at halftime in these Group A matches. Welcome back into the halftime report. Italy up a goal to nil over Wales in the final game for both teams in Group A. And we'll see how the second half plays out. If Italy can hold on to the lead and even draw, they'll be top of the group. A reminder that tomorrow the day wraps up with Group B taking center stage at 3 Eastern Time. Russia face Denmark, and simultaneously Finland faces Belgium. Here are the thoughts of Kasper Schmeichel of Denmark heading into their critical match tomorrow against Russia.
Together, the way the countries come together, the support that we've seen, I've never experienced anything like that personally. This is special, and to see that football can unite a country the way that it has these last few days is, that's the reason I play, and I think that's the reason why many of us play.
So there you hear it from Kasper Schmeichel. A look at those Group B standings heading into Match day 3 tomorrow in the group. It's Belgium, who've already advanced to the round of 16 with 6 points. Russia and Finland each with 3 points. And then Denmark at the bottom with none. It's panning out to be an interesting final day in Group B. Thanks so much, TG, for joining the broadcast. Much appreciated. Tomorrow, however, gets underway with Group C in action at noon Eastern Time. Ukraine face Austria, and simultaneously North Macedonia takes on the Netherlands. The Netherlands have also already advanced to the round of 16 with 6 points. Ukraine and Austria each have 3 points. North Macedonia at the bottom of Group C with no points. You missed the first half, TG. Yeah, Turkey are really struggling. I know. I can't believe that. How poor they've been this tournament. Yeah, Italy definitely in control. Yep, exactly, Ben. Wales have been pretty quiet. Yeah, flat performance for the most part so far. Yeah, Spain as well, TG. They've been struggling greatly so far as well. Yep, no doubt about it. After a quick break, it's back out to Rome, Italy for the second half between Italy and Wales. Don't go anywhere. Coverage of UEFA Euro 2020 continues next. Welcome back, everybody. I am right here, Rohan. Sorry, I just had to step aside quickly to ask my mom something before getting the second half underway. It's Italy 1, Wales 0, as we get ready for the final 45 minutes of Group A action. And it looks like Roberto Mancini is set to make a halftime change. I'll tell you all about that when I get the information. Italy on the pitch. Wales momentarily heading out of the locker room. And so we'll see how the second half plays out from Rome, Italy. Italy with a perfect tournament thus far. Looking to continue that perfect run. Not a single goal conceded either so far. As we get set for the start of the second half. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And now that substitution will be made, Francesco Acerbi will come on for Leonardo Bonucci. So Acerbi is in. That's the only halftime change from either side. And we're ready to go for the second half. It'll be Wales kicking off, going from left to right in all red. Italy in their blue and white strips, going from right to left. Second half is underway from Rome, just past 7 p.m. local time. That is correct. That is correct, TG. You are spot on. Even though Wales are down 1-0, if this result held and the result in Switzerland-Turkey stayed the same, it would be Wales still finishing second and advancing to the next round, as Switzerland have a worse goal differential than Wales by 2. So probably the most likely scenario for Switzerland to surpass Wales would be Italy scoring another goal and then Switzerland scoring one themselves. So if it was 2-0 Italy and 3-0 Switzerland, that's probably the most likely scenario that would see Switzerland jump Wales in the table and advance to the next round. I'm not sure what the updates are on Chiellini, in all honesty. I don't know if he'll be fit for the knockout rounds. I've heard nothing so far, TG. But yeah, we shall see. Of course, the knockout stage, the round of 16, I should say, doesn't get underway till Saturday. So for the teams that progress from Group A, they will have a lot of time to rest up before the round of 16 gets underway. This is Emerson on the ball, back for Bastoni. Yeah, nothing about him. I haven't heard any updates. Nope. Now it's Wales in possession. This is Joe Rodon. Now it's sent back to Danny Ward. We'll see if Wales can muster up a few more chances compared to the first half where they were very, very quiet. Reports are suggesting he'll be back for the round of 16. Got it. Okay. Well, thanks for that update, TG. That'll be big for Italy, of course, who haven't conceded a goal in over 1,000 minutes now. And with Chiellini there as the anchor, it's even more assuring for that Italian defense who's been so good, as Daniel James is fouled. Free kick to Wales. Yeah, that's very true, TG. Yeah, Spain are definitely mirroring Portugal's group stage in 2016. If Spain draws Slovakia, it'll be exactly the same situation, because Portugal tied all 3 of their group games in 2016, and Spain are in danger of doing the same. I know Portugal somehow managed to progress, being a third place finisher with 3 points, and then went on to win the whole thing. Yeah, Spain. Yeah, exactly. Spain have to win against Slovakia. If they draw, they could be in some big trouble. There's a chance you can progress with 3 points, but you don't want to risk that. Foul committed by Alessandro Bastoni, taking out Gareth Bale. He just went right through the back of Bale. Easy decision for the referee. Referee having a quick word with Rafael Toloi. Early stages of the second half. Italy lead thanks to a Matteo Pessina goal in the 39th minute. Italy hungry for more. That's taken away in the midfield by Wales. Gareth Bale met by the sliding tackle of Marco Verratti. It's one back by Wales. This is Gareth Bale. He urges off Bastoni. Now it's Nico Williams. His pass sent away. It will be a throw-in for Wales. Serbi with the first touch of the game for him, I believe. Just came in at halftime as the lone substitute so far. Bale and Ramsey each with a very quiet evening up until this point. As Danny Ward goes up the middle. Now sent wide with Connor Roberts. I know, TG. All of the scenarios are insane. Because in that group, the points are 4, 3, 2, 1. So pretty much anything can happen. I think every team could finish anywhere from first to fourth. And we have our first yellow card as Joe Allen is booked. Yeah, Wales have been a bit sloppy in possession, and off of this turnover, Allen with just a shove of frustration, perhaps, on Andrea Bellotti. Italy in control of this match, trying to keep it that way, as the Italians will have a free kick. The set piece is from pretty long way out. I'd say around 28 yards from goal. And standing over the set piece is Federico Bernardeschi, I should say. Bernardeschi, ready for the set piece. Do I think Italy can win the tournament? Yeah, I do. I think they have a shot. The way they've been playing in this group stage, I think they have a shot at winning it. Look at this. We got a decoy wall now. Those players break free. It's Bernardeschi through the wall and off the post. Denied by the woodwork was Federico Bernardeschi. Through traffic, able to aim for that bottom corner, curling it around the wall and off the post it went, beyond the outstretched arm of Danny Ward. And so close for Italy to their second set-piece goal this evening. What a chance that was. Italy really picking up from where they left off here in the second half. Halftime certainly didn't force them out of their rhythm. 53 minutes played. Yeah, they certainly have proved you right, TG. I knew Italy were in a good run of form heading into this tournament, but I didn't really see them. Oh, this is a poor turnover. Wales with a chance to equalize, and it's Forced back by Aaron Ramsey, but Jorginho comes swooping in to save the day for Italy. A rare mistake from the Italian defense, but Wales unable to capitalize. And now here come Italy the other way. It's Federico Chiesa with his pace, winning a throw-in. Now a quick throw taken by Chiesa. Chiesa still going, trying to thread it through to Bellotti. Now it comes back out, but Italy retained possession. An intended through ball broken up. Here is Pessina. Ball wafted in over the top and sent sky high. Not the strike Andrea Bellotti was looking for. Well, Wales' best moment of the match, or chance I should say, came for Aaron Ramsey, and he knows that was an opportunity that he had to capitalize on but couldn't. Gianluigi Donnarumma closed down the angle, forced him into a turnover. If these results hold, it will be Italy winning the group and Wales finishing runners-up going through. And now a red card is shown. Well, things have turned rather drastically. A red card given to Ethan Ampadu. Out of nowhere, quite frankly. And Wales will be down a man for the rest of the evening. Well, how about this? Let's look back. I mean, Ampadu certainly coming in late, showing the studs on the foot of Bernardeschi. The studs are shown, so I'm not sure how much Wales can really argue the decision. It's a dangerous and unnecessary challenge. Yep, that's a red in my opinion as well. Thank you, Badger, for tuning in on Twitch. And so matters are much worse for Wales as Ethan Ampadu takes his marching orders. Off he goes. Yeah, that's a red. I think the referee made the right decision here. The Romanian official had no doubt right away. He showed red immediately. And there's certainly not enough to overturn that decision in my mind. So a 55th minute red card to Ethan Ampadu means Wales are down a man the rest of the night. And of course, goal differential, very important with Wales trailing. And now playing with 10 the rest of the way. It could turn into a difficult task as the Italians continue to create chances. Here is Marco Verratti out wide for Emerson. Now Jorginho. So Wales playing with 10 men for the last 35 plus minutes of the match. Here's Chiesa. Chiesa on his left, but it's mishit on the shot and an easy save for Danny Ward at the near post. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the first straight red card of this match. Of this tournament, I should say. Of this tournament. Poland did have a red card, Krakowiak, against Slovakia, but I believe that was his second yellow, if I remember correctly. So I think this is the first straight red of the tournament. Yeah, Wales have found their level. Indeed, Ben. Emerson will take the Italian throw-in. Now settled by Marco Verratti. Just under an hour played, 1-0 Italy lead. Pessina scoring in the 39th minute, and the Ethan Ampadu red card minutes ago has completely changed the scenario, as what looked like a manageable task for Wales has suddenly become a bit more difficult. As goal difference plays a key role. This is laid back to Verratti, and offsides called. The flag eventually raised on Andrea Bellotti. Yep, Bellotti just a step or two in front of the last defender. Appeared to be Joe Rodon. And now Wales will make their first change, as Robert Page takes out Joe Morrell, and it will be Kiefer Moore entering the match. So first Welsh substitution, perhaps due to the red card. Robert Page making some adjustments as Wales are down a man. Here is Moore, who just came into the match, loses possession. Now Verratti. Miscommunication there. And a great bit of skill from Daniel James. James still going and taken out from behind. A free kick to Wales. The youngster Daniel James displaying his full skill set. Actually megging Emerson there. And then charging in to commit the foul was Bastoni. Yes, that is true, TG. If Belgium and Denmark win their games in Group B tomorrow, we'll have Belgium at 9 points and then the other three teams at 3 points. Yeah, this is why I love the final game of the group stage with the simultaneous matches and all the permutations. Yeah, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? And it's definitely plausible. That could very well happen. Belgium and Denmark winning their respective games. Here's the Welsh set piece. Daniel James delivers, sent away comfortably by the Italians. Now back forward towards James, cut out by Marco Verratti. And now Italy driving forward. Yeah, I'm hoping to be on the call for that. That cross is cut out. I am hoping to be on the call for that Russia-Denmark game, although no promises. I might have something going on in the afternoon that would prevent me from doing so, as a throw-in is awarded to Italy on the far side. Moved into the middle now with Emerson. Yeah, no doubt, TG. No doubt, man. Here's Verratti. Knocked away. It will be a throw-in for Italy. Yeah, don't tell Ben that you hope England loses. But yeah, I agree that Southgate is overrated, I should say. I agree. Here is Bastoni. Now Jorginho. Down the right wing. It's Chiesa. No, it is 100% true. I know Ben is English and a huge English supporter, so It is the truth, but he probably won't like to hear that. We have a goal, by the way, in Baku. Turkey have scored their first goal of the Euros. It's Kavechi with a 62nd minute goal, and it's now 2-1 Switzerland, and that certainly is huge for Wales as they are now in a much more comfortable position. Because with that Turkish goal, Switzerland are now even further behind on goal difference from Wales. So Turkey on the board. It's about time they score their first goal of these Euros. We'll keep you updated on that one. And here is Chiesa released to the end line. Chiesa cuts back and a great save. Danny Ward denying a point-blank opportunity for Andrea Bellotti. Excuse me. Chiesa just so explosive down that right wing, cutting back for Bellotti. And the right knee of Danny Ward makes the save in the 65th minute. So here comes the Italian set piece. Corner kick on the way from the far side. The referee, before the corner kick's taken, is having some words with Chris Gunter and Matteo Pessina, it appeared. Here comes the corner. Sent to the near post, headed just wide. Diving effort by Rafael Toloi. Couldn't hit the target. Goal kick to Wales. It remains a 1-0 Italian lead. Yes, I remember that, TG. I remember that very, very well. That was the craziest group stage decision. Look at the live table. Here in Group A, Italy in cruise control of the group with 9 points. Wales and Switzerland each with 4 points. And Turkey at the bottom with none. Wales do have superior goal difference to Switzerland. So Wales, if these results held, would still go through as a second place finisher, and Switzerland would have to wait and see, although they'd be in a pretty good position to go through as a third place finisher. Yeah, that 2018 World Cup, that group when Senegal and Japan were tied on just about everything. They had the same goal difference, same goals scored, and then it went to yellow cards. That was quite something. I remember that in 2018. Here is Alessandro Bastoni. I honestly felt bad for Japan. Like, you had to go to yellow cards to decide who went home and who stayed alive. Jorginho setting up the chance. The deflected shot over the bar. Emerson with the opportunity. We're now 3 quarters through the match. Another corner kick upcoming for Italy. No, I was saying I felt bad for Japan because they didn't go through, right? It was Senegal who went through instead of Japan, right? I mean, one of the teams had to be eliminated, but they were about as even as you could find. As that's punched by Danny Ward and now cleared away for an Italian throw-in. Or was it Japan who went through? I can't even remember. I can't remember right, as Ward is there to claim that ball. I've got to check that. Oh, it was Japan who went through. Okay. Sorry, I got mixed up. Oh, right. Japan played the crazy round of 16 game against Belgium. Yeah, sorry. I got confused because you said Japan didn't progress. Sorry. My bad. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, Belgium came back from down 2-0. Yeah, it was Japan who went through. Sorry, I just got confused because he said Japan didn't progress. But I now I know what you meant. And we have another goal in that Switzerland-Turkey game. Switzerland have taken a 3-1 lead. Shaqiri scoring again in the 68th minute. So now it's back to a 2-goal difference between Wales and Switzerland in the table. No worries. I know what you meant. Now I know what you meant. Senegal didn't progress because they had more yellow cards. Japan did progress because they had less. Yep. No, now I remember quite vividly that Japan-Belgium game. That was a crazy game. 70th minute of play. And that went over the end line. Unable to keep it alive was Federico Bernardeschi. Yeah, Steven Zuber with 3 assists in 1 game. That's right. Yeah, all the memories are coming back from that 2018 World Cup in Russia. That was a fun tournament. Although for me, it wasn't that fun when Portugal got eliminated by Uruguay in the round of 16. And the U.S. weren't even in it, so that was kind of depressing. But I still enjoyed the tournament. So the live standings once more. It's Italy with 9 points, Wales and Switzerland each with 4, Turkey with none. Wales have a +1 goal difference. Switzerland have a -1. So Switzerland have to make up that gap in goal difference. In order to overtake Wales in the table. Yeah, Cavani was real good that night. Yeah, I was just so disappointed by Portugal's performance in that game. Connor Roberts with the long throw. And now here he is once more, taking it towards the corner flag, looking for help. And knocked out of play by Bernardeschi. About 20 minutes remaining inside Estadio Olimpico. Another long throw on the way from number 14, Connor Roberts. A long run up here. He'll serve it into the box. Headed out of the box by Italy. Now back out wide with Roberts for Wales. Into the middle, it's Aaron Ramsey. Floated ball forward and off the mark for Gareth Bale. Goal kick for the Italians. A reminder that UEFA Euro 2020 continues tomorrow. It's an intriguing day in Group B at 3 Eastern Time. Russia faces Denmark, and simultaneously, it's Belgium facing Finland. I might be on the call for Denmark, Russia. I'm not 100% confident, though. I hope I'm able to do it because that should be a really good game. Denmark, of course, need to win. And as TG mentioned, we could have a situation where 3 teams in that group have 3 points. A reminder that MLS has returned this weekend, and just in a half hour or so at 2 p.m. Eastern, it's Atlanta United and the Philadelphia Union squaring off in a great Eastern Conference matchup. Here's a corner, and that ball was sent all the way through the edge of the 6-yard box. It might have been slightly flicked on by Serbi. Yeah, it was, but no one there, making a run to the back post, and a goal kick it is for Wales. Thank you, Register, for joining the broadcast. Vegas Montreal needs a call tonight game for it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be away tonight. I'm going over to my friend's house this evening, and I won't get back home until like 9:30 when the game will already be, at the end of the second period. So, and I'm a little bit sick, so I want to save up my voice. Although I would like to call that Vegas Montreal game. I don't think I'm going to be able to do any of it, unfortunately, Register. But I appreciate you stopping by into the broadcast. And once the Stanley Cup Finals roll around, I'll definitely be calling some of those games, no doubt. As Daniel James will exit for Wales, Harry Wilson enters. And it looks like a double change will be made by Roberto Mancini. And Jorginho will make way for Cristante. And the other change, it will be Federico Bernardeschi coming off. And Giacomo Raspadori, the youngster, making just his second appearance for the Azzurri. What a moment for him. He plays for Sassuolo. And he'll get to play these final 15 minutes. How's the COVID situation here in the U.S.? It's pretty good. Yeah. It's still here, no doubt, but it like pretty much. Oh, here's a chance for Gareth Bale, and he sends it over the bar. Best chance he had on the volley. An opportunity missed for Wales. Yeah, you did tell me, Bobby. They're looking good. But yeah, going back to your question, TG, pretty much all restrictions have been lifted for the most part for all vaccinated people. So, and a lot of our population has been vaccinated by now, including myself. So, yeah, the situation's really good here. We're seeing a lot of stadiums for sporting events at full capacity. Masks aren't required if you're vaccinated outdoors and even indoors on some occasions. So yeah, life is returning to a much better feel of normalcy. It's not completely normal yet. Like inside at school, we still have to wear masks and stuff like that. But if you're vaccinated, a lot of stores and restaurants now don't require masks if you're vaccinated. So it's kind of like a honor system because some people will claim they're vaccinated in order so they don't have to wear a mask. So it's kind of like an honor system, but I'm vaccinated, so I feel comfortable, without a mask in most places. So yeah. There in India, the third wave is inevitable. Yeah, I heard it's been awful in India lately. That stinks, man. Yeah. But yeah, I think the U.S. has been sending over vaccines to India, so we're trying to help you guys out over there because I've heard it's been tough the last few months. The hospitals have been, overcrowded and all that. But yeah, so stay safe there in India, TG, and hopefully more people in your country can get vaccinated and you guys can settle down the COVID situation. Yeah, the key really here in the U.S. was the fast rollout of vaccination distribution. So. I'm just seeing your comment now, Ben. You did not respond to the England will lose comment because it won't happen the next game. All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're right, Register. Montreal's coach did get COVID. Yeah, he did get COVID. Probably in Vegas, yeah. Yeah, because most places are opened up now. Everything's pretty much open. So, if you're not vaccinated, there's still a chance, you can get the virus for sure. Yeah, absolutely, Bobby. The U.S. have been helping, any countries we can that need the vaccines, no doubt. You got COVID in April, but recovered in 3 days. That's good that you recovered quickly. Yeah. Fortunately, I never got COVID. My dad did, back in February. But things have improved greatly since then. Because my dad went to Florida, he referees soccer. He refereed a showcase in Florida, and I think that's where he got it. So, because Florida really never closed down here in the U.S. A lot of southern states kind of just stayed open through the whole pandemic. But I won't get into politics and all that. Play on here. But now the whistle will come. Still a man down for Wales, and now a yellow card will be shown. And it is Chris Gunter receiving the yellow. Just over 10 minutes remaining here from Rome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Matteo Pessina has also been shown a yellow, so there's a wild sequence there. Pessina has the lone goal, I should say. Now is booked. 80 minutes played. Wales have been down a man since the 55th minute when Ethan Ampadu was sent off with a straight red card. And surely that is offsides, and indeed it is. The flag raised on Matteo Pessina. Free kick to Wales. Ooh, looking back at the replay from another angle, I'm not so sure he was offsides, in all honesty. Yeah, going back to that Chris Gunter challenge on Bellotti that resulted in a yellow card. Certainly a deserving yellow card. Came through late on Bellotti. 10 minutes to play. The fans inside Stadio Olimpico enjoying themselves. Their country has impressed so far. Still no goals conceded in the tournament. As fouled there was Serbi. Took a shoulder to the head, it appeared. Free kick to Italy. Just trying to see out this game. And despite Wales trailing, it looks like they will be advancing to the next round as a second-place finisher in Group A. Here's Emerson. Now back with Serbi. Verratti. Well, I certainly have gotten used to the 3-match windows here in the group stage of the Euros, but yesterday was the last time we will have such an occurrence in this tournament. Since the games now on match day 3 take place simultaneously in each group, there's just a maximum of 2-match windows. Same case in the round of 16 and quarterfinals. And in the case of today, it's just Group A in action, so 1-match window. When this game is over and the Switzerland-Turkey game ends around the same time, that will be it for the day in the Euros. The group stage will end on Wednesday with Group F. And then Thursday will be the first day off of the tournament. Thursday and Friday are off days before the round of 16 gets started next weekend on Saturday. Chiesa back to the captain, Verratti. After Bonucci came off, Verratti was given the captain's armband. Wales with a bit of trouble trying to clear. Italy, maybe another chance. Here's a strike, deflected out. Chiesa with the shot, blocked there by Joe Allen. Corner kick to Italy. They've had plenty of them in this match. And it looks like Robert Page is set to make a few more changes for Wales. They've only made 2 substitutions. Looks like their final 3 subs are set to come on shortly. But first, it's an Italian corner kick. Here is the outswinger. Headed into the air. Taken down nicely. And now it's Chiesa looking for a shooting alley. Another block shot. This time it was Connor Roberts getting in the way of Chiesa. And now a corner kick on the other side. This is played short. Federico Chiesa back to Marco Verratti. Verratti once more to Chiesa. Chiesa dancing on the ball. Now onto his left foot. Defended nicely. Chiesa now gives it up to Verratti. Verratti, good service. Punched away by Ward. Contested ball in the air. And eventually Wales managed to clear with 6 minutes left until the 90-minute mark. If these results hold, Italy will win the group and Wales will finish second. So both teams in the end will be content with this result, as that's last touched by Verratti. And here comes that trio of changes that I alluded to from Robert Page. You have to think Robert Page noticed that, or realized that Wales will be going through in second place, even though they trail, unless Switzerland can somehow score 2 more goals late against Turkey. And so we will see Gareth Bale come out. Quiet night for Bale, but in the end, no harm done. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the hard work was done by Wales in their first 2 matches. If they had 1 or even 3 points heading into this one, then obviously it would have been a whole different situation for Wales, where they would have needed to go for a win against a really solid Italian side. But 4 points of their first 2 games set them up nicely, as Nico Williams will also make way. His replacement, Ben Davies of Tottenham. And finally, Joe Allen will come out. And Allen's replacement will be Levitt. So Dylan Levitt is in. So 3 substitutions from Wales, their final 3 changes of the match. Italy will make a change of their own. Matteo Pessina's night has come to a close. Quite a productive evening for him. He scored the lone goal in this match. It'll be Gaetano Castrovilli coming on, who plays for Fiorentina. So all of those substitutions made, we now are ready to resume play in the 87th minute. That's out for an Italian throw-in. All smiles for Italy. It looks like they're on their way to a perfect 9 points in the group stage. Even a draw would have meant Italy finished top of the group, but they wanted to get the win. You could see that in the way they played this evening. They wanted to finish off the group stage perfect, and it looks like that's exactly what they'll do. Here's Marco Verratti. Back for Raspadori. Across the back line for Acerbi. Now Toloi. Into the feet of Bellotti. Italy looking for an insurance goal. Moved over to Verratti now. Verratti took a crack at goal. His effort blocked. However, Italy keep possession. There's Raspadori. His effort denied. And now a second chance came about for Andrea Bellotti, but a nice stop by Danny Ward to keep it a 1-0 game. Off the punt, Italy once again back with the ball. They'll earn a throw-in. There shouldn't be much stoppage time once we reach the 90-minute mark. Well, maybe a decent amount. We'll see. And now Italy will make their final substitution, and it will be a goalkeeper change. Salvatore Sirigu will come on. Donnarumma off. Sirigu is getting up there in age. He was the backup to Buffon for a long, long time with the national team. And he gets an opportunity here to come in for Donnarumma. What an opportunity for him. As I don't have the exact age of Sirigu. Is the backup currently at PSG. Okay, he's still just 34. I thought he was like 36, but we reached the 90-minute mark. Await stoppage time. How much we'll have as Italy took a 1-0 lead in the 39th minute. It's stayed that way since. Not really much to discuss here in the second half other than that Ampadu red card. Yeah, he was very good. Absolutely, TG. Back in the day, he was solid for PSG. No doubt. Oh, he's now at Torino. Okay, I thought he was still the backup at PSG. He's now at Torino. Okay, thanks for that. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me. I obviously wasn't expecting him to come in this game. Didn't have much information on him. There'll be 3 minutes added on at the end of the second half. You're right. Yes, he is at Torino. Oh, wow. He left PSG back in 2017. I didn't even realize that. I thought he's just been the backup the whole time. I didn't know where he went. Here is Bastoni. Now Verratti. 2 minutes to play. Yes, he was at Sevilla for a little bit. I remember that. That ball is all the way through, and a nice save by Danny Ward. Italy have had chance after chance to score a second goal. Yeah, there was a slight deflection off of Levitt. Danny Ward's been solid tonight. There was really not much he could do on the goal. 90 seconds now to play. Here's Marco Verratti. Well, with Wales a goal down and when Ampadu was sent off, it seemed for a moment like perhaps things could be troubling for Wales, but that never really turned into the case. Okay, Sergio Rico is the backup for PSG. Thanks for that information, TG. I appreciate it a lot, man. Under a minute now. Italy have been comfortable in possession really all game long. And Wales just seem to be throwing the towel at this point. They know they're through, and that's all that matters for them. Here is Verratti. Over to Emerson. Now it's Verratti once more. The final whistle any moment now. And that is all. Full time inside Stadio Olimpico. Italy go perfect in the group stage. 3 wins in 3 matches. 1-0 is the final. It wasn't necessarily pretty, but Italy, in the end, get the job done. Were dominant for most parts of this match. And Italy secure the top spot in Group A, and despite the loss for Wales, they are going through as a second place finisher with 4 points. So both teams on to the round of 16. And Italy will head to London to face most likely either Austria or Ukraine. So Pacina's goal was the difference. You're rooting for a Suns-Bucks final, Ben? Yeah, I am as well, to be honest with you. And I don't know about the latter part, Ben. I don't know about the latter part. That will put a wrap on my broadcast, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Italy 1, Wales 0, the final. A look at the final standings in Group A. Italy first on 9 points. Wales second, advancing as well on 4 points. Switzerland did get the win. They finished third, however, on 4 points. In Turkey, the first team to be eliminated with no points. Switzerland, however, as a third-place finisher with 4 points, should be in a pretty decent position to go through to the next round, although they'll have to wait a few days for confirmation of that. See you, Rohan. Thanks for tuning in, man. I will see you guys next time. I could be on for Russia-Denmark. It depends. I might have something going on in the afternoon. So stay on the lookout. I might do Russia-Denmark, maybe not. If so, I'll definitely be on Tuesday for Czech Republic, England. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody,